Cheapest BMW S1000 in the world, first ride. As y'all can see, her air filter was absolutely disgusting. I went ahead, already swapped in her brand new air filter, and we're about to move her outside to warm up the engine oil so we can go ahead and give her fresh BMW oil change, baby. I found out that the BMW oil is basically the best stuff you can go with on the market, so that's why I bought this. This ran me about $120 shipped for the entire oil kit, but it's definitely worth it, man. One thing to note, I did a lot of research in the past on these S1000s, as this is my favorite sport bike ever made. I've actually owned S1000s for years now, okay? And I found out that you always want to go with an OEM oil filter if you own a BMW S1000. I know it's fairly expensive, but it's worth it in the long run. It's the cheap oil filters, the $20 ones, you know, the $15 ones on eBay. Those are the ones that you don't want to put on your bike. That's the main reason that these engines are blowing up. It's because people are cheaping out and they're running the cheap non-name brand oil filters, and those don't flow oil the way that the OEM oil filter does. For right now, we're about to go ahead and fire her up, get the oil nice and warm for her oil change. Here we go. That's crazy. She sounds so good.
Right? That's amazing.
Change her oil. All right, I'm going to assume that this oil drain bolt hasn't been broke loose. Well, we already know. This bike's been sitting for years. So. Oh, this should be fun.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, this engine is super hot right now.
Please be careful.
Can't use the extension. All right. Here we go. Make sure she's all the way up in there.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Oh, nice.
There we go.
Man, I saw somebody say that they stripped the entire oil drain bolt out because they just said that they had the star shape.
Yeah. Oh.
And just so you guys know, there's two different sizes. They switched. So basically, first gen is the T50, and that's the star shape. And this bike is the 8mm Allen. Second gen, they switched to an Allen key.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and slide this up under here. Man, this oil's gonna be so hot. I'm not looking forward to this oil hitting my hand.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna try and do this fast, but sometimes the oil just starts to come out before you can get that hand removed. Wow, look at how freely this engine oil is coming out.
Yeah, wow.
And you see, it looks disgusting. It's just funny, even like the guy who we bought the bike from. Oh wow, that doesn't look bad at all. Look at our oil drain bolt.
Wow.
It looks perfect. There's guys in the group There's dudes in the group who actually, like, I've seen photos with a mountain of metal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, to where, you know, their rod bearings were failing or something like that was going bad, you know. Now, if you see a little bit, like, if you see it kind of around this area, around here, it's really nothing to worry about, you know, just a little bit, I wouldn't worry. Wow. Talk about great, amazing news.
Right.
So far, everything has been perfect with this bike. First startup, perfect. First ride, so far, perfect. I'm loving it, man. You can tell, you know, that this was, just like the guy said, a first owner bike.
Yeah.
He was the one and only owner, and he took very good care of the bike. He brought up that he had dropped the bike on the right side a few times.
Yeah.
You see? And that's why there's so much damage to the carbon over here.
Yeah.
And that's from this bike sliding on the concrete. Not once, but twice.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm happy that she's with us now.
Right.
She doesn't have to worry about sliding on the concrete ever again.
No, sir.
And for anyone who's wondering, this is the OEM part number for the BMW S1000 oil filter. All right, now we're about to get this oil filter undone. Now I'm gonna take the oil filler cap off. I had to actually use a plier. That's how long it's been since this has been off.
That's crazy.
That way we make sure that everything,
Yeah, every drop gets
you know,
in.
is flowing out perfectly. And then we'll go ahead, we'll take our oil filter tool and start unscrewing this. And let's put the skinnier end in here. Ugh. Yeah, that's gold. That is gold. Perfect. That's crazy. These gloves still have metal and glass all over them.
Oh my goodness.
From the project that we have laying back behind here. I'm gonna give y'all a little taste of what we have real quick back behind door number 1. Okay, just a little taste. If you want to really see what we got going on, you got to follow our second channel, Cars and Family.
Yes.
I'm gonna make sure to put the link in the description and in the comment section. But I'll show you guys real quick what we got going on. All right, it's gonna be quick now, so you got to make sure that you look. Boom! That's it. That's all you get. That's it. That's all they get.
That's it.
Here, I might give him one more peek.
One more little peek. One more little peek.
One more peek. Boom! Oh, that's it. That's it. I already shown them too much. I already shown them too much, little mama. All right, back to the cheapest S1000 in
Yes,
the world.
sir.
But yeah, that's all I'm seeing is metal, and basically these gloves are trash.
Yeah, we need to get you some new gloves.
All right, here we go. Let's get this. I'm gonna assume that this sucker is going to be tough to get off.
Yeah.
Wow.
My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, why? Why is the oil filter so tight?
Right.
It doesn't have to be. My gosh. Wow. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is the best investment that we've ever made, is this oil tool.
Yeah.
And then the other little black caps that I have.
Yes.
But those only, they really only fit the Japanese bikes.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I can tell that the oil filter on the S1000 is a little bigger than like the filter you'd find on an R1 or a CBR 1000 or ZX10. All right, finally.
There we go.
Wow. Kind of had to fight that thing just to get it off. All right, and look, it's staying all off the header.
All right, so smart.
All right. I tell you, there's no better feeling than changing the oil on something that you own and truly care about.
Right, I agree.
Especially something that, like, to this magnitude.
Yes.
You know? Now, you know when the guy that you're buying the vehicle from, you know when he tells you it needs a tune-up?
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely needs a tune-up.
Definitely needs a tune-up.
Because most people, that's the last thing they would ever tell you.
Yeah. The first thing they'll say is that they did the tune-up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, take that with a grain of salt.
Exactly, little mama. All right, now we'll put the oil fill cap back on just to make sure that nothing gets down in there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now we're just gonna let everything drain out, and then we'll go ahead and install her new oil filter.
Yes, sir.
Well, at least he was using an OEM oil filter. It goes to show you that he's basically always stuck with the OEM, you know, setup.
Yeah.
Smart when it comes to the oil service.
True.
Let me go ahead and pull this out now, because it's basically inevitable. Unless you use a bunch of tin foil,
Yeah.
you're gonna get some on the header. The good news is not much got on it, so
That's good.
it's not like it's gonna smoke like crazy when
Yeah.
we start it up. All right. Now we'll grab the oil filter. Let's take a look at one thing. Okay. And now we're going to pre-fill the filter. That's what I do with all my bikes.
Very smart.
All right, we're going to take some of this oil here and go ahead and get the O-ring lubed. That's very important. All right, oil filter is done. Now the only thing left is to put oil in the bike and take her for her first test ride.
Yes, sir.
Now I do want to lube the chain as well.
Okay.
Might as well. Hit her with a little lube. This chain's a little rusted. Sadly, this bike sat outside for years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even let my BMX bike sit outside. Y'all.
No.
I'm just being real. I would never let a motorcycle sit outside. I don't allow my daughter to keep her Razor scooter
Outside. Thank
okay,
you.
guys? I'm just being real. Like, if you truly care about your stuff, don't keep it outside.
Right.
All right, that's good. Let's get it up in that front sprocket area. Good. Now she should really roll like butter.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, let me pour in the full 3 quarts real quick.
Yeah,
We
smart.
know that. Man, hands are super oily. All right. Here is your fresh engine oil. Only cost me 120 bucks. But hey, I'll tell you, it was worth every penny.
Right.
Because at least I know that this motor is going to continue going and going and going. If you're going to, own a bike of this caliber, you got to be ready to spin the bills. To
I agree.
To keep it alive.
Yep.
Man, I can't do this fast enough. All I want to do is jump on the bike and take it for a test ride. I really hope that everything goes nice and smooth,
Me too.
It's like she runs perfect, but does she ride?
Exactly. That's the true question.
All right, so these 2 are done. Nothing in there, nothing in there. All right. Yeah, what we need to buy is the GS911.
Yeah.
That is the, it's basically the scan tool for this bike.
Okay.
And that's the only way to clear codes, you know, and reset things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can actually manually cut the fan on with the GS911 tool. You can like, that way you can, it's like a way to do a test.
Okay.
To make sure that your fan is still functioning properly.
Oh, wow.
You can also make the GS911 tool prime your fuel pump.
Oh, wow.
Just to make sure that the fuel pump is functioning. So basically it's a need.
Yeah.
If you own a bike like this.
I agree.
Or you're just gonna be bringing it to BMW, you know, like
Right.
all the time. So now I'm about to just pour on the last quart and grab my helmet, and we're gonna take her for her maiden voyage.
Yes, sir.
All right, just finished her oil change. This is the most excited I've ever been, y'all. Here we go.
Same here,
I
baby.
can't wait to take her down the street. We'll let her warm up real quick.
Yes, sir.
I love you, babe.
I love you, baby.
I love you, Callie.
Oh, she sounds amazing. Babe, she sounds so
The only thing I
good.
need to do is bleed the front brake.
Okay.
She has no front brake at all, man. Literally.
Man.
It's so cool to see the quick shifter even work.
Yes.
Wow.
Man, you enjoy that BMW S1000RR, baby. You deserve it. Yes. Ooh. I see you, Daddy. Yes. Yes, baby. Woo!
Babe, yes!
Yes, baby.
He's a monster! Babe, this bike reminds me of the S1000 drag bike. Oh my god.
Heck yeah.
I like that this one's stock wheelbase though.
Oh, yes, baby.
What in the world?
Yes, baby.
Yes! Dude, I couldn't ask for a more perfect first ride.
Yes,
Do
babe.
you see how much power she has?
Oh, yeah.
Globs of power. Look, right before we came outside, I told you, babe, I'm just gonna cruise. I'm just gonna make sure the transmission's strong. Today we're not gonna focus on ripping the bike. And as you can tell, I couldn't help myself.
I know you
Me
can,
and this
baby.
bike, we got linked in like that. And that's what I love about these S1000s, is they are so comfortable.
Yes.
Okay? Like when I say comfortable, even when it comes to your confidence.
Yeah.
You know, they're confidence inspiring. And that's exactly why it's such a dangerous bike. All I did in first gear was whack it.
Oh, yeah. I
And
saw
you see,
that.
None of that's the clutch. Now imagine a rider who's not used to that level of power.
Yeah.
Who whacks it, man, it would flip that rider clean off the
Yeah.
back. As soon as I felt it do it the first time, I was like, oh yeah.
I'm
about to
going
whack
for
first
another
again.
one.
I am super excited. All right, I can't tell you how happy I am.
Yes,
we
baby.
literally got a perfect BMW S1000.
Right?
All right. We're talking about the world's cheapest S1000.
Yes, sir.
Considering how this bike sat for years
Yeah.
outside in the elements, all we did was just show her a little love.
That's it.
And look at all that love she gave back to me. Let's go.
Right, baby.
Wow. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Two Wheel Family. Stay tuned, as her next video will be her unveil. I'm actually doing a custom vinyl theme to this bike, and I promise you, it's gonna blow all y'all's mind.
Yes.
All right. So definitely subscribe to the channel. All right, and hit that notification bell, because the next video on this S1000 will be her unveil.
Yes.
And I promise you, she's gonna look like a completely different bike. Just know we love you all. Until next time, peace.
Peace.